everyone, and welcome back to another video on what has turned out to actually be a beautiful sunny spring day here in the UK. Haven't seen many of those recently, and I've come out with my camera. It is currently 12 o'clock, middle of the day, the worst light possible. It's a little bit hazy today, but for the most part it is just, yeah, clear blue skies. And it's an opportunity that I have to go out with my camera. If you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm just kind of an advocate of making the most of your photography whenever opportunities arise, regardless of whether that is at prime shooting conditions. So today I'm going to talk all about how you can get the best results when photographing in harsh light, because I think harsh light gets a bad rap in photography. A lot of people try and avoid it. A lot of people always say that you should shoot a golden hour when the light is softer, and in this video we're going to explore whether or not that's true. So let's see what we can find. So my number one piece of advice for any photographer looking to shoot in harsh light is firstly just to lean into it and embrace the challenge. Yes, it's challenging, but it does force you to think creatively, and I definitely like to use these opportunities to hone and refine some fundamental photography skills that will pay dividends in any genre. So today I'm looking at some street photography, and firstly I'm thinking about color contrast. So nice blue skies are fine if you can find something to complement them. So here we've got on the pier some really nice lamps and benches that are a lovely peachy orange color, and that's a nice color contrast. It's a nice complementary color that matches the blue. And here we've got this couple, again with the woman wearing blue, again just kind of creates a nice image that feels very harmonious. Here's another good example. I've spotted this guy walking his dog, and he is dressed in a nice tonal outfit of varying shades of blue. So I'm just waiting for him to walk into the right part of the frame where I can capture him against the yellow sand, against the orange pier and the blue sky. So there's a lot of harmony here, and it creates quite a clean image. I think if you're looking at colour and you're being mindful of colour, just keeping things fairly simple is always going to be a winner. You don't want it to be too cluttered, you don't want there to be too many colours that are competing against one another. Here it's just about choosing a nice palette, so we've just got two different hues of blue and a nice bit of orange. Now, I don't do a lot of street photography, but I do think it's something that all photographers should have a go at, because it teaches you to be patient, it teaches you to be agile, and here I've just spotted this nice sign with the bold red colours, and I like how that contrasts against the blue sky and the yellow sand. It's again a very, very nice complementary colour contrast, and it's all primary colours which look great, and it was just a case of waiting for the right subject. And I think this last frame of this lone figure looking into the frame, looking at the sign, it's the image that I think creates the most balance, and I think it creates quite a thought-provoking image. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm a photographer that just loves photography. I've mentioned that in previous videos, and yes, landscape photography is my passion, but I just love any opportunity to get out with the camera, so I'm never going to shy away from harsh blue sky days. I just adapt my mindset and I limit my expectations. So here, you know, it's again just creating things out of colour. Again, all these colours just primary, blue, yellow and red. And I think what this exercise teaches you is it teaches you about observation and just always having an eye out for something that could be interesting. So here we've got these colourful kids toys, the beach toys on the little car, and I'm just waiting for the right subject to balance the frame. So I spot this guy in blue on the bike, again blue, a nice colour that complements the colours in the scene, and the railing is a nice leading line, and he's in between the light and shadow. So again, it's just a nice composition, and it's something that I just noticed that I thought would be interesting. Now, if you think traditional photography is challenging on harsh light days, then it's a good opportunity to also think about just creativity and just narrative and storytelling, and these railings that just disappeared into the sand like steps leading to the depths of the earth was just something that was quite interesting, and probably something that you'd walk past 90% of the time. But if you stop and think for a second, it is something that creates quite an interesting thought and therefore an interesting image. Now, when you are looking to do photography on harsh light days, the location is really important. You want to give yourself opportunities to get good photos. So I've chosen to come down to the coast today because there's always people flooding to the beach on blue sky days, especially here in the UK because we don't get that many of them. There's always really vibrant colours, like, you know, the amusements and the fairgrounds, and, you know, people on the beach with toys and umbrellas. There's always kind of something to point a camera at, and it's just a case of being open to those types of scenes. And, you know, if you go somewhere where there's a lot of things going on, you're more likely to get good photos. So I want to share this next shot with you because it made me giggle on the day. We had this sign that said family fun, and the scene itself was about as far away from family fun as you could possibly imagine, because all there were bins and some pretty tired looking benches. And that juxtaposition is just something that I think worked quite well for a photo, but also worked quite well in terms of the colour composition, because again, it was just fairly clean and minimal. It was just whitewashed walls with pops of blue, red and yellow. You can see a theme emerging here, can't you? But these are just all the things that are going to lead to good photos in challenging conditions. It's just kind of keeping everything simple and going back to basics. That idea of going back to basics and embracing minimalism and restriction in photography is something that I think is really valuable, and it's not something that we often do as landscape photographers, because we are often drawn to complexity and trying to make sense of all the chaos in the landscape to find a clean, balanced composition. And I think today's photo walk really taught me how important it is to just think about other things. You know, it's avoiding complexity, it's exploring other subjects and other avenues. I think what it boils down to for me is it's thinking a bit more creatively. Today was definitely an exercise in that for me. I found myself thinking about things in a lot more of an abstract way, and I was drawn to things that I probably wouldn't be drawn to if I wasn't actively pursuing street photography today. But these are all things that are no doubt going to influence my landscape photography, because I feel like a lot of these fundamentals and these basic principles, they apply to any genre. And if you don't explore the abstract and you don't explore creatively, then you're potentially missing out on things that could pique your interest, that you could adopt into the genre of photography that you enjoy. So I've really enjoyed the colour today. I've enjoyed all the vibrance. I've enjoyed thinking about narrative and storytelling, and I've been really patient as well. I've, you know, been sat around waiting for the right moment, and yeah, I think it's definitely something that I want to do more of. It's probably why a lot of landscape photographers also pursue street photography. I follow a lot of landscape photographers who enjoy this other art form, and it's all starting to make sense for me now. So I'm definitely going to adopt this into my normal photography practice. So if you've enjoyed this type of video, if you want to see me do some more street photography and just things that are a little bit different to traditional landscape photography, then I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Your support means so much. Hitting that subscribe button really does help out the channel, and yeah, I'm always really grateful for the people who want to support me and want to come back for the next video, which will be next Wednesday. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.